Hello, welcome back to the St. Clair or the Saints Gaming CA channel. It's going to be one of those days, but we're in for a long one and an exciting one. Of course, with multiple Rocket League matches up on the docket, we're going to start things off here in the PlayVS League. We're going to be, it's going to be, of course, St. Clair College up against Florida Southern College. As you can then hear, these guys are getting right into the game. Of course, your starting lineup for St. Clair College is going to be consisting of Fusion, Kamal, and Kariz as per usual. And actually, that's a false alarm, so ignore that alarm. Wasn't quite ready just yet, but I'm going to be getting started very shortly, of course. New lobby on deck, it looks like here. Okay, not quite ready yet, but right around the corner the match will be happening. Of course, like I was saying, quite the busy day here for the Saints. Our Counter-Strike team just had a match on UCA's channel. Unfortunately, that playoff match did not go into their favor. I do believe it ended up being like 16-9 or 16-10 of Valiant's efforts, but was not able to continue on. Still a fantastic season there. But we have regular season action here for the PlayVS. It's going to be us versus Florida Southern. Then after this matchup is a UCA playoff game. It's going to be the St. Clair College squad up against Oakland University. And that's to try and break into the top 4, I think. So that will be an exciting one as well. And then after that, we do have one additional PlayVS matchup. We'll have to see whomst that is momentarily as the players are getting into the game. We do have on the side of Florida Southern College, Hef Boyardee, Jade Tigres, and I believe that is P Blacks. Yeah, P Blacks on the side of Florida Southern College. Just about to get right into the game, so without further ado, let's just hop into it, why don't we? St. Clair College versus Florida Southern College, and there we go, hopping right in. Of course, St. Clair having themselves a bit of a rough time. It would have been yesterday versus, of course, our classic foe, Northwood University. Or that would have been 2 days ago, rather. Just unfortunately wasn't able to continue on during the NACE playoffs and got taken down there. But looking to regroup and capitalize here on these other 2 leagues, of course. This one's still going, and that's a solid start here for St. Clair. Within the first 30 seconds, find themselves here on the board after that ball was left in the crease for a significant amount of time. Unfortunately for the side of Florida Southern College, their defense did not quite get as much of that as they had wanted. It just floats on in with the finisher coming up from Fusion, and that's going to let St. Clair get the first goal in this one. A solid shot there from Chris is going to be put aside by P Blacks. Dumps it back into the corner. Kamal passes it up. Fusion right there. Going to redirect it towards the net. Bounces it off the backboard. Shot by Kariz. And he's going to be able to find himself on the scoreboard once again. After a fantastic pass from Fusion. Doing the double touch here on the wall. And he gets it right onto the front bumper of Kariz. The defense had no option but to try and charge him. It did not work out in their favor. And St. Clair not letting the jitters from the Northwood game a couple days ago affect them in the slightest, picking up where they left off earlier in the seasons on their winning ways. And that being said, a nice attempt here actually from Florida, and they're going to find themselves on the scoreboard as well. A solid play from both of, or all 3 of the members. Hef Boyardee bounces it nearly off the post. Jade Tigres and P Blacks taking a piece of it each, but the last touch going to be by P Blacks, and he is going to be able to get this matchup within 1. So 3 goals in the first minute. It's going to be an exciting one if it keeps going on like this, back and forth. Now that it seems that Florida Southern's gotten their momentum going. Granted, they're kind of stuck in their zone for the time being. JT Tigres trying to push it aside, but going to be stopped by Kamal. Bounces it off the boards, but it's going to be cleared out. Sent back and forth, and now it's into the Florida Southern College zone. Fusion, centering attempt. Kamal with a shot, but it's going to be put up high. Rebound put aside by Boyardee. corner of the Florida Southern zone, trying to get the clear. It's going to be Fusion. Takes control, bounce it off the backboard. Anybody with the follow-up? Kamal is there, controlling it in the corner. Hef Boyardee going to put it aside. Try to get the clearing attempts, but Kariz stops it, but he's going to get demoed for his troubles, getting taken down. And Fusion on a headhunting spree here. Find himself a demo here. Kariz with a shot, gets put aside wide. Kamal trying to keep it in the Florida Southern zone. Trying to make something happen, but battling back and forth with P-Blacks. He tries to charge it down into the St. Clair zone now, where it is eventually gobbled up by Kamal. He's going to be able to pass it over to Fusion. Fusion off the backboard. Can he get his own rebound? He's going to be able to do just that. And after a pass from Kamal, Fusion passing it to himself to make sure that he can secure goal number 3 of this game. And I believe that's his second. Off the face-off, 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this game. In Florida Southern College, showing themselves a few moments of brilliance, but they're feeling just a little bit behind the pace compared to what St. Clair has been bringing so far in this matchup. Kariz is completely uncontested, actually, off the bumper of Kamal, able to secure the 4th goal of this game. Kamal just launched it into the corner, and yeah, normally you'd see somebody go up there to try and challenge him, but not going to be the case. Somebody was a little bit too late on that one. It's going to put St. Clair up another one, as we're now 4 goals on the side of St. Clair. And Florida Southern trying to get something started. They have won, but like I was saying before, they feel like they're being kind of ran around a little bit here. Even when they do try to take to the skies, I believe that was either Fusion or Kamal was able to stop them in their tracks. Upon the breakout, though, P-Blacks gets it past 2 of the members of St. Clair, so he's going to be able to take to the skies and try to make something happen himself. Gets it past Kamal, shot down, Fusion with the save. Jay Tigris trying to center it, but it's going to be pushed aside. Goes back into the Florida Southern College zone. Hef Boyardee with the demo on the Kariz. He was sitting there ready and waiting for the pass, so a good stop there. Boyardee puts it into the St. Clair crease. Kariz puts it aside. Tigres battling with him for it along the boards until P-Blacks gets the pass. Pass from P-Blacks is a little bit ill-advised, however. Allows Fusion and Kamal to get it forward. Kamal with the shot stopped. Kariz tries to get a rebound going. Passes it back, actually, to Fusion. Then Fusion to Kamal. Fusion tries to go to the skies. P-Blacks is there. He's going to challenge this time. Forces Fusion to let up a little bit early and trying to just put it above him, and it hits the backboard and is controlled now by Jay Tigres. Tried to pass it down to, I think that was P-Blacks, but did not find the pass they were looking for. Control goes to Fusion with less than a minute left. Gets past one of the defenders. Boyardee trying to make sure he doesn't get juked out here. Did play it slow and was able to match Fusion shot for shot. So nice play, but however, it's going through the crease. Kamal with the shot attempt, not going to roll into the net, however. We now have 30 seconds remaining here in this first game of what I believe is the best of 5 series here in the PlayVS League. In the Florida zone, Fusion moving forward. Kamal took out the goaltender, and he's able to just carry this one in, get himself the hat trick after Kamal with a very aggressive play onto the defender. And then Fusion and the new car style. I don't think we've seen him drive this one yet today, or that might just be a new paint job, but is able to show it off a little bit, getting the hat trick in this matchup. And St. Clair are going to take game number 1 in relatively convincing fashion, but this series can easily be turned. I do not want to count Florida Southern College out in the slightest here, because it did feel like they were just maybe a couple steps off the pace of this game, but it's something that they can definitely get themselves warmed up and fixed before this next matchup. Now, of course, goals for this game. Fusion gets himself the hat trick. Correa is on the board with 2, and the only goal on the side of Florida Southern College goes to P-Blacks. Yeah, it's a good way to start things off here. I was kind of worried after the loss to Northwood that St. Clair would have had themselves a bit of a hard time getting their grips about them. Because it was definitely a hard one, and that match was not necessarily close, to say the least. But that being said, they regrouped, they practiced a bunch still, and they're really making Florida Southern College pay here in this series as we're about to get into game number 2. Get to see if Florida Southern College could turn this one around or if St. Clair is going to go on pace to run away with it. And that's one way to get it started, actually. A huge play there for Hef Boyardee right off the face-off. Chris fakes. I am assuming that was supposed to go to Kamal, but it did not actually make contact with his bumper at all. So, okay, that's one way to get things started. Florida Southern up 1. I mean, I know I always say that the first couple seconds of the match is always extremely volatile and critical, but I don't usually see something like that happen where a goal's in the back of the net within the first 2 seconds of the game. That being said, of course, good on Florida Southern College, good on Hef Boyardee to make sure that that was capitalized upon. But ever since the second face-off, it has been all the pressure in the world here for St. Clair. A huge save, though, from J. Tigres. Able to get 2 solid saves to keep the ball out of the nets. Kamal to Fusion, tic-tac-toe, and Cariz puts it right in the back of the net. Nice little passing play here from St. Clair. Starting things off to Kamal. Fusion centers it forward. Kamal actually went for the shot, but missed it. But Cariz right there, right place, right time to capitalize on that. And was able to get everybody out of position to tie this one back up 1-1. Fusion with the solo play attempt is going to get tackled off the ball. A solid play there. I believe that was by J. Tigres. And Hef Boyardee on the forward check, but it's going to be Kamal being able to push things forward. Tigres puts it back into the corner, but here comes Cariz. Looks to try to make the shot, but P-Black's going to stop that. Rebound coming out here from Fusion. Can someone get the last touch? And they're going to be able to do so. Once again, every Saint finding a piece of this shot. Cariz with the initial one. Fusion, this was on target, hits the post, and Kamal was able to get the last little bit of it. Don't mind the party crash, but it looks like we're still okay. We're still going here. A little bit of a server choke on the side of Rocket League, but it's okay. We're still in the game, and we still have plenty of time left in it as well. Just under 4 minutes left in this game. Another high-scoring game seems to be on the docket here. Fusion actually passes it back. That could have been dangerous. P-Black was right there to make the play if necessary, but he was eventually caught out. I believe that was by either Kamal or Fusion. In the St. Clair zone, Kamal looking to try and control it himself. He hands it off to Fusion, who dumps it into the corner. Boyardee down to P-Blacks, but actually P-Blacks not going to be able to get there. Cariz with the shot. He's going to be able to get his own rebound. And actually Kamal's right there as well. Can he get the final play? He slows it down and he walks it in. Waits just that extra little second to allow the defenders to launch themselves, thinking it was going to be the one-timer. And there goes Tigres right past, and then Boyardee was so close to getting back in time, but was not able to do so. St. Clair now up 3-1. With just over 3 minutes left in this second game. And that was a heck of a way to get things going. Kamal finding himself a hat trick already with still so much time left as he's able to just get the challenge off the face-off. And it was at such an odd angle that P-Blacks could not find a piece of it to get it aside. So lots of bounces, lots of plays happening here for St. Clair, all going in their favor. And Fusion, you don't want to let this guy walk away with it because he will snap your axles alongside Kamal. We've seen it time and time again in the seasons of multiple leagues that they'll slow it down, try to make the play. It's not always just a game of one-timers. It is effective, but you can mix it up, and it definitely hurts when it's used against you. Shot by Fusion, put aside by J. Tigres, but Kamal is now up in the skies inside the Florida Southern College zone. Flips it down. Chris was looking for the shot, but it was actually right above him, so he wasn't able to get much momentum on it. Boyardee chasing it into the corner, dumps and chases, but Fusion's going to have control of it up in the air. J. Tigres coming in hot, going to take it away from him. Might be able to make something happen here if they can get by Kamal, but it does not appear like they're going to be able to do so. Kamal, no boost, going to try and make something happen. It doesn't even matter that he doesn't have any boost. He's going to secure goal number 5, 4th goal in this game alone. Kamal really showing up to play. I guess some of that that good luck charm or that good luck ritual that I seen in their Discord earlier seems to be working out in their favor. As odd as it may be, definitely a bunch of personalities, I'll tell you that. That being said, though, HefBoyardee finding goal number 2 in very similar fashion to how goal number 1 happened. A solid bounce off the face-off, finds his own rebound and gets it past Kamal, gets it past the Saints, and it's going to be 5-2. This game, of course, definitely still in reach, but it is going to be difficult for Florida Southern to take game number 2 home, or even just try to take it into a tie-break scenario. Especially since St. Clair, like about 70% of the time in this game, has it in their zone, in their crease even. Kamal from the skies just has to bounce it past them, gives it a shot. P-Black's going to stop it, but Fusion going to collect it. Still has a little bit of boost if he wanted to pursue, but he's just going to end up reading the pass attempt or the clearing attempt. It's a small shot off, but now JT Gress going to put it into St. Clair's zone, where Kamal then is now in control of it. Gets a shot off, but P-Black's going to stop that again. Fusion in the crease. Up high, JT Gress not able to touch it. P-Black's is going to have to use anything he has to make sure he can push that aside. Already takes down Fusion just as the Florida Southern squad start getting aggressive. They hit the crossbar. P-Blacks puts it into the St. Clair crease once again off the crossbar. Some very, very close attempts actually coming out here from Florida Southern College, but we're not able to capitalize. P-Blacks really starting to make a name for himself here a little bit. Takes down Cariz in the meantime as well. Can this shot go off? HefBoyardee looks to try and make it happen, but could not get enough of it. JT Gress now racing Kamal right by the post. Try and get there first and stop this thing. Passes it up to P-Blacks. P-Blacks in the corner of the St. Clair zone. Centering shot going to be the hat trick for HefBoyardee. Getting all 3 goals on the side of Florida Southern College in this game and putting this game still within a difficult but doable striking distance. P-Blacks off the face-off. Actually got past 2 of the St. Clair defenders, but can't get it past Cariz. HefBoyardee going to try to push it forward, but Kamal, that was a pretty solid interception. That being said, considering there's so little time left, and they're just dumping it right back into the Florida Southern zone. Shot on target, actually. Fusion going to get 1 more for insurance, basically knocking this game to an unwinnable state for Florida Southern College. I can't imagine us getting 3 goals all within a second and a half each. So game number 2, even though, once again, rather well fought on the side of Florida Southern College, but it's going to go over to St. Clair. 6-3. Solid one there for St. Clair. Once again, Kamal popping off of sorts, gets himself 4 goals in that game. Fantastic statistical performance by him, but of course fantastic performance from everybody who was on the St. Clair squad, of course, finding themselves a part of multiple assists, multiple goals in that game. So many times we've seen all 3 of them get a piece of each individual goal, and it's what we like to see. Now, that being said, we know that Florida Southern College has got some on the boards in these last couple games, and they can definitely turn it around if it's in the cards, if it falls right. But we'll have to see. There's still, like, comparing how often the ball is in the St. Clair zone. I feel like St. Clair is probably in Florida Southern zone about 70 to 80% of the game, and it's really difficult to try and find yourself some scoring opportunities when you're not in the zone as often as St. Clair is. Their pressure is just on another level. But that being said, P-Black's defense right now is on another level as he gets himself 2 to 3 saves in his first 30 seconds. Cariz knocks it down right for Kamal. Huge play there for the Saints. Going to put the pressure on early here for game number 3 after securing that goal. Kamal from Kariz at the 52-second mark. Just over 4 minutes still to go in this third game. Obviously, we don't want to see a 3-0 here for the side of Florida Southern College, but it is looking grim with St. Clair putting so much pressure on early. Even still, they get the goal. It's right back into the Florida Southern College zone. Pop fly. Do we see Fusion get the finisher? In fact, he's going to be able to do so. I love this little pop fly pass here from Kamal, considering it seems like the Florida squad had been a little bit slow on the gun in regards to aerial defense. And with Fusion already up there, it just lined it up perfectly. Love that play, and that's going to put this up to a 2-0 game. Nice and quick. Off the face-off, Fusion brings it right back into where it's been pretty much this entire game, right back into the Florida zone. Passed it up to Kariz, back to Fusion, to Kamal, who's going to try and center this once again. But it is stopped by P-Blacks. Passes it over. There's a shot on target. Tigres with the shot, but Kamal going to shut that down. So they had one opportunity, and they did get a pretty solid shot out of it. Like, that's what I will say, is whenever Florida is actually in the St. Clair zone, they do usually convert with some sort of shot, some sort of offensive opportunity. But that being said, they're never really in the zone, and it was a very close call as we go back to the Florida zone. Fusion with the rebound, and he's going to find his second of the game. After Kariz bounces it off the crossbar, Fusion able to get the final piece necessary to put it past, and Tigres was so close, but was just barely coming up short that time. 3-0 St. Clair. Just under 3 minutes rather in this game. Kariz off the backboard, back in the Florida zone. And Fusion gonna find himself the hat trick in a very similar fashion we've seen all game. Kariz sets it up off the backboard. Fusion right there ready with the double touch, tucks it in under the crossbar, and Hef Boyardee is so close. Got a piece of it, nearly pushed it aside, but just could not cut off enough momentum. And now St. Clair looking to run away with this series, bring it a 3-0. But of course, that being said, if this does end up being a 3-0, be sure not to go anywhere because there's still plenty to go. And actually, Tigres is making me eat my words here, saying we're not done just yet. We're still in this game. Hef Boyardee to Tigres right on the halfway point of this game to bring this up to a 4-1 game. Pop fly ball here in the neutral zone after the face-off. Tigres going to stop it from moving forward. That's going to be to Boyardee. Kamal stops Boyardee right around the center line. So the ball is dumped into the St. Clair zone until Fusion picks it up. Fusion on target towards the net. Double commit coming out here from the side of Florida. Correa is going to try and make the play. Can't get past P-Blacks. Fusion along the boards trying to make something happen, but P-Blacks interferes with them and clears it forward to Boyardee. Boyardee with control, gets past one, tries to center it past Kariz. Was successful, but Fusion comes back at the right possible moment to shut down that play. Fusion off the backboard, Kariz with the shot, and he's going to find himself his first goal of this game. I believe all Saints on the board here in regards to the scoreboard this time. Fusion just able to just look at home up in the skies, up on the roof. I don't think Fusion just plays on the ground at all, it seems like sometimes during these games. Every chance I look, he's pretty much always in the skies. One-on-one with Kariz and Boyardee. Boyardee going to not fall for any of that shenanigans and is able to keep it in the neutral zone. Pass it back to P-Blacks, who launches it down. Dump and chase attempt going to be successful here right now for Florida. Boyardee takes down Fusion. And Tigres going to push it forward. P-Blacks centering attempt. Boyardee could not find the piece that he was looking for. Just barely missing the shot as we're just above a minute left. Of course, match point here for St. Clair as they center it in the Florida zone, but not able to get a shot off of it. Ball to the skies, denied by P-Blacks, back in the St. Clair zone. Shots fired in the corner. Jade Tigres going to find her second goal of this game after finding the pass from P-Blacks off the boards and was able to just nudge it over. Fusion was not able to get there in time. So this is going to be at least a 5-2 game. After Florida Southern, sure, they might be getting outpaced, they might be getting outscored, but they're still finding some goals for themselves in the series. None of these matches have been a shutout, so I'll definitely give Florida Southern College some props in that regard. Their offense is good when they can get there, and that just seems to be the issue, because time and time again we get situations like this where Chris is going to find himself his second goal of the game, where they just can't get it out of their zone. Fusion from the boards just pushes it aside. Korea is coming in hot, and Jay Tigres once again right in the spot, but could not quite touch it. So we're going to have, with just under 40 seconds left in this game, it's looking like the 3-0 is going to be successful here for St. Clair. Going to put the sweep here against Florida Southern College, unless we can see a miracle come out here from FSC. Okay, shot on target of the Florida net, and Kariz takes out Boyardee. He's one of the playmakers of this FSC squad. Bouncing through the crease of the St. Clair zone, going to be barely kept out, but the time winds down. Ball hits the ground. St. Clair going to take this 3-0. High-scoring games in every single match here, it seems like, for these two teams. Even FSC was able to find themselves on the scoreboard quite a lot. But again, it seemed like there was a hat-trick in every game. Fusion going to get the hat-trick this time by, but Kariz and Kamal both short to follow right around the corner. As we hop out, as we get ready to set up for our next one, of course. A solid game there for St. Clair. Dominant, to say the least. Defensively, not really dominant. But I mean, the whole talk about the best defense being a good offense was definitely shown in that game, considering very rarely would St. Clair ever let Florida Southern College out of their own zone. When it did happen, like I was saying time and time again, goals were scored. Opportunities were there. But it was just so few and far between that FSC could not get something started. So, with that, we're going to be taking a very, very quick break after doing a quick sponsor shout-out, of course, because this would not be possible without St. Clair College, the St. Clair College Alumni Association, St. Clair Student Representative Council, Tim Hortons PC Outlet, and the Zeckelman School of Business and IT. And I also want to give a big thank you to Atmosphere for the resub on the channel. Thank you for your support, and thank you to everybody who's tuning in today for their support of our program, their teams, their classmates, friends, and family. Thank you all for making this possible. As you can probably hear in the background, we're not going to be waiting too long. Game number 2, or match number 2 rather, up against Oakland University will be right around the corner. Just got to set up for it. We'll be back in 5.